everyone, as promised, here is the next Tokyo Treat box opening. This is actually the box from November 2019. I really haven't had a chance to get to this box until now, so this week will be November, and then we will do December and so on until we catch up to March. So I probably won't get to the March box until April, but I don't want to do too many candies and snacks in a very short period of time, as I'm still trying to keep somewhat to the diet that I'm on. So with that being said, let's open this box up. Alright, so we got our new booklet here. So it says Japan Express. So I'll open it up again. You get barcode to scan for bonus. It's probably too late for me to get too many bonuses since it's been so long since I opened my other box, which was the October box. But I'm looking forward to the snacks that we have in here. There's some instructions on how to do some of the snacks in here. I guess there's some assembly required for some of it, so I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes. And there's also a photo challenge, but that also expired back in December, so I don't think I'll be able to do that photo challenge. That would be pretty neat. We're also, every month apparently, we're also entered in for a possible prize pack. So this would have been a prize pack for the anime Neon Evangelion. So that would have been pretty interesting to see. And then, of course, some more information about Japan, so I'll read that at the end. Teach you some phrases that you can learn for when you decide to go to Japan, if you decide to go. And it's fun just to be able to learn some new words in a different language. And the flavor of the month, this is my kind of flavor, is green tea. So this is right up my alley, and I'm super looking forward to trying some of the snacks that are in this box. I also happen to be wearing my green tea Pocky shirt, so that works out really well. So I'm going to flip back to the snack description page here. So hopefully this time I'll do better at matching the right snack with the right package, but this one should be a little easier because it's not the same where it's like all the Halloween things and everything kind of look the same in terms of packaging. So you will, and I also made sure to bring water to drink because I know there's a lot of sugar in here, so I don't want it to all stick to my teeth. So the first one, the very top package here I have is this bag of chips. They are Atsugi Luxury Potato Sea Urchin flavored chips, and they're from Hokkaido. So that's pretty neat. So let's open this up and see how it tastes. So it's gonna I've had sea urchin before, and I thought it was okay. It's not one of my more favorite flavors, but it probably tastes really good as a chip. So let's test this out and see. Okay. Cinnamon wants to join me in my snacks because she hears bags opening. I don't really know how to describe the taste of it. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like all dressed chips, but not quite. Cinnamon's here on my lap or at the bottom of my chair here trying to take a sniff at the chips and see if she can get some. But I don't think I'm going to give her any of those chips. It's a very light flavor, so it'd be kind of like a subtle all-dressed chip flavor. To make space, I might just take out all the things of the box and then show you them kind of one at a time afterwards. So I'll do that really quick. We'll put the box here. That way maybe you'll be able to see Cinnamon as she tries to get my snacks. So since I do need something to drink while eating these snacks, I have here apple flavored Coca Cola, and it's from the region of Aomori, and they're pretty well known for their apples in that region, so looking forward to tasting this. I'm going to read the description here for the Coca Cola. It says, "Have you ever tried a fruit flavored Coca Cola? Now is your chance to try the new apple Coca Cola. The Japan Express is stopping in Aomori Prefecture, the land of apples, so we of course had to bring you an exclusive apple flavored treat." So let's give this a taste and see how it is. The only flavored Coca Cola I've had before would be cherry flavored, and I was not a big fan of that, so we'll see how the apple flavor does in comparison. You can't really taste much of the apple flavor. Probably would also help if it was chilled. It's a very subtle apple flavor. It's pretty good. I can't say that I dislike the flavor at all. Next we have here this treat, which is a brown sugar bar. This is from Okinawa. So this delicious brown sugar and honey bar just melts in your mouth. Eating it will transport you all the way to the tropical island of Okinawa in southern Japan. Very good. I've had brown sugar dessert before when I was in Kyoto, and I really enjoyed that, so this reminds me of that same kind of flavor, so that's really good. I'm going to savor that and probably keep that to myself. Next we have here, also from Awamori, because it's also apple flavor, this is Anpanman apple gummies. So as you can guess, they're apple flavored gummies. Open that up and see how that is. Okay, it's super cute, by the way. So they got different figures there. So if you've ever are familiar with the anime or the character, they're pretty much the exact characters from that anime. So I'm going to try one of them. Let's start with Panman himself. How do you open? There we go. Oh. It's very interesting wrapping. It's like a wax paper on the back here. So every time I try to pull the wax paper, it just kind of tears off in small pieces. So I have to be careful that I don't accidentally eat a piece of that wax paper along with the gummy. Which is easier said than done because I still am peeling off more of the wax paper. It's probably because I didn't have the snack when I should have like 4 months ago. So there's the gummy. It's very good. It's very much like apple juice in basically a gummy form. It's very good. Because I know that Awamori apples are really good, so it's basically like eating a gummy apple, so it's quite delicious. Okay, next here we have, this is called Kibi Dango, and it's from Okayama. Have you heard of the famous hero Momotaro from Okayama Prefecture? This sweet candy stick features Momotaro himself on the packaging. The sweet peach flavor will transport you all the way to Okinawa, Okayama Prefecture. So sorry, that's Okayama Prefecture. Okayama. Wow, I'm doing really bad with pronouncing prefectures. My bad. I apologize for the poor pronunciation of this prefecture. So hopefully it has a really good peach flavor, because I've had peaches in Japan too, and those are also very delicious. So it comes in this kind of packaging here. Okay, so it looks like this, like almost like a caramel. Also kind of in a wax paper wrapping as well. So it's a little bit brittle when trying to take it apart, but it does come in sections, so I'm going to try and break it off section by section. And just have 1/3 of the treat. I'm kind of wondering if this is almost like edible wrapping, but I don't want to take the risk of eating plastic when just in case. Kind of reminds me of the film that you can use when you eat those white rabbit candies. I could find out if it's edible, but I'm not. I'm too scared to try and risk it. This is going to take a while. Okay, it is dissolvable packaging. I wouldn't say that it tastes like peach. I'm not exactly sure how to describe it. It almost has more of a rice flavor to it. Like the crispy rice that's at the bottom of like the pot. Kind of a flavor. If there's a peach flavor in there, it's very subtle. It definitely has more of a ricey flavor. And it's very chewy. One second. Okay. So that would be something I would probably be willing to share with my parents. I think that they would enjoy that as well. Moving on to our next snack here. We have these. And they're Potage brown sugar flavor. Some more brown sugar flavored. They're like pretzel sticks, so if you're a fan of pretz, this is probably very similar to it. Again, Okinawa is in the southern part of Japan. And it is a pretzel stick with brown sugar on it, basically. So we'll see how that tastes. Okay, so the packaging makes it look like they're these brown, kind of just regular pretzel sticks. But then when you pull them out, they're a much darker brown. They're definitely not like the picture that's on the packaging. So that's a little bit deceptive in terms of seeing the packaging and then getting something else instead. Oh, that's good. Basically, it kind of tastes like this, but almost like as if it was in a bread or a cookie, or a bread or like a cracker, chocolate cracker kind of form. It has a bit of a chocolatey taste to it, even though it is brown sugar. And it's very good. Also one of those things I might keep to myself and not share. Next we have is a chocolate pie, and this is from Saitama. We're taking a stop in the prefecture of Saitama, known for their delicious chocolate. So we're bringing you a Saitama inspired chocolate treat. Chocolate lovers, this snack is for you. The silky dark chocolate filling is wrapped in a soft pie crust in this delicious treat. So kind of like, I guess, kind of like McDonald's has their pies, except this one isn't going to be warmed up. And so, yep, it does look like a pie, kind of, or more like a pretzel stick, actually. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a pie, but it looks really good. It is really good. So if you are a chocolate lover, we would definitely like this. I might have to finish this right now. It's so good. I'm not usually a big chocolate lover, but this is kind of a nice balance. It's not too chocolatey. And the pie crust really balances out the taste. And Cinnamon's hoping that I'm going to drop some food on the floor. I'm definitely not letting her have any chocolate. Yep, that was really good. Okay. Now we're going to Tokyo, and we're having chocolate dorayaki. So dorayaki is basically like a pancake sandwich, usually filled with red bean, custard, or, well, in this case it's a chocolate filling. It's really good, especially fun to eat when you're at like festivals or at outings like that. Would highly recommend getting dorayaki when you're in Japan. So cute. It's very soft, very pancake-like texture on the outside. Maybe I shouldn't have done 2 chocolate things back to back. But it's very good. It's quite moist. Too bad there aren't more of them. There's only 2 in the package, but it's really good. I'm making quite a mess here. This looks really good. So this is from, let's see, which one is this? This is also from Hokkaido. So this is the corn potage snack. So it kind of looks like a corn chowder flavored chip. Here it describes it as the, so it says here, the northern prefecture of Hokkaido has multiple specialties, including corn. These crunchy corn pottage flavored chips are the perfect snack that reflects one of Hokkaido's main specialities. And they're very light and airy. They kind of remind me of like Cheetos or cheese puffs. That's really good. Basically, it tastes like, yeah, it tastes exactly like a corn chowder would. It's very light and airy. It kind of melts in your mouth when you eat it. It also kind of reminds me of the cereal I used to have as a kid, which is like Corn Pops, without all the sugar, but it's still got that corn taste to it. And Cinnamon again is looking at me, hoping for some snacks. Sorry, Cinnamon. I can't share these with you. We're almost to the end of the box already. I'm saving the one that has some assembly required till the end, just because I'd rather clear my space of all the other snacks so that I can work on that one where I think I have to add some water to build it. Another corn snack. Maybe I should save that then, just so that I don't mix the 2 corn flavors, then I won't be able to compare one to the other. So let's do this one next, and this is from Osaka. This is Takoyaki Umaibo. So Osaka is the land of takoyaki. So takoyaki is basically dough-covered octopus, which is really good. I've been to Osaka before, a couple of times actually, and there's this shop called Akaoni, and it's actually on the Michelin Guide for its takoyaki. It's a shop that's kind of off of the main part of an area called Dotonbori. So if you get a chance, I would highly recommend going to Akaoni because it's got really good takoyaki. And they also have their own really catchy like theme song that plays as you're waiting for your takoyaki to be prepared. It's very crumbly, so I'm trying to be very careful not to spill this everywhere. So it kind of has that same texture as the those corn snacks that I just had. Yeah, it tastes like takoyaki. It's really good too. One of those things I know I want to keep for myself, but I probably shouldn't. Just because that's a lot of things. Basically, I'm eating a lot of things that are not on my diet. But I figure everything in moderation, and if I eat things slowly, and then share the food with others as well, that will also help me to keep on the healthier side. Yeah, it tastes like takoyaki, like the seasonings that you would put on it. Okay, we got these here. So these are Constellation chocolate cookies, also from Saitama. So yeah, it looks like kind of a very typical chocolate covered cookie. So we'll see how that goes. Oh, cookies. They make it seem like, or it almost seems like there's more than one based on the packaging, but it's literally just one cookie. So, ta-da! It's cute. I got a Pisces cookie, so I can't get really good lighting to show you the Pisces symbol there. Oh, there we go. So there you go. There's the fish, Pisces, and the star, and it talks about the dates. So it's from February 20th to March 20th is the period of Pisces. I am not a Pisces. Okay, it basically tastes like a typical cookie, chocolate cookie. The chocolate flavor is a little different than the chocolate that we have here. It's a little more on the bitter side. I don't think they add as much sugar in their chocolate as we do with some of our chocolate, especially like milk chocolate. So it's not as strong of a taste in terms of chocolate flavor. Alright, we're getting down to the last 4 things. So now that my mouth is full of the chocolate flavor, I'm going to try this other corn flavored one. So just a different kind of a corn snack, also from Hokkaido. They're very thin. And this one's a little bit broken, but it's all going to end up the same. Okay. So it's not the exact same as the other corn chip. Is a lot heavier, denser flavor. It kind of reminds me of if you had like fries mixed with corn in terms of taste. Like if you ever go to Costco and get their fries, it's kind of like Costco fries with corn. So it's a really good flavor. I love Costco fries. Very good. Okay. Next we're getting down to my favorite stuff. So matcha. This would be the matcha sandwich cookies. This is from Kyoto. So we're taking an extra long stop in Kyoto, the green tea capital of Japan. This month you get to try some delicious matcha cookies. Delicious creamy matcha is sandwiched between 2 yummy cookies. This will transport you to the heart of Kyoto. And I have had green tea in Kyoto. It is really good. So if you ever get the opportunity, if you go to visit temples or shrines, you'll often be able to go into their gardens, and there'll be a green tea shop there where you can get freshly prepared matcha as well as desserts. I got myself a matcha cake roll one time. It was really good too. That's one big bag, so we're not going to dig out the whole bag. They're so tiny. Just little matcha cookies. So I'll have some extra cookies to share with my family and my friends. Oh, not really good. It does really take me to Kyoto. It reminds me very much of the green tea that I had, or the matcha that I had there. It's really good. That hits the spot for my matcha cravings. So either I covered my snack. Oh, there it is. Okay. I was looking for this because it said I had another apple flavored snack, but I couldn't find it anywhere. It was buried under one of the other snacks. So this is green apples in a bag. So, what is this mysterious texture? Mochi? Jelly? Gummy? We're making our way through the prefecture of Aomori. So, again, apples. That's why we decided to include a yummy green apple flavored treat for you to try. Can you figure out what the texture is? Well, we'll find out. When in doubt, cut it out. Oh, it's really cute. It comes with a toothpick so that it's easier to take the jellies or whatever these are out. I have another cream. I think after that I need to drink some water too, because it's a lot of sugar going on right now. It's really firm, so probably would have been softer if I had it back in November. I just bit my tongue. kind of is a mixture of both mochi and like a gummy texture. I wouldn't know how else to describe it. Yeah. Hold on 1 second. That would be my dad coming home from work and Cinnamon getting very excited to see him. So, again, has kind of a subtle apple flavor to it, but definitely I would say I wouldn't be able to really put my finger on what texture it is, but it is, I would say, a cross between mochi and jelly. Okay, we have here this is a mochi choco, so this is from the Yamanashi prefecture. So, known for their delicious and chewy mochi, we wanted to bring you a treat that makes you feel like you're traveling to Yamanashi. This treat consists of a round mochi disc coated in chocolate and filled with a yummy chocolate cream. So, again, more chocolate. So the theme seems to be brown sugar, apples, corn, chocolate, with a sprinkle of like matcha on the side. Okay, so it reminds me of like a wagon wheel or like a choco pie. That same kind of idea, except much, much smaller. The texture is not the same as a choco pie. It is definitely that gummy texture of mochi. So it makes it a little more chewy overall. It's very good, but that's a lot of chocolate. So if you're not a huge chocolate fan, or like chocolate in large doses, I would not recommend this. It's basically like eating a huge scoop of like chocolate ice cream in one go. So if you're not a big chocolate fan, I would not advise getting that. It's a lot of chocolate. I'm gonna go with my water this time. Okay, so I believe I am down to the last two items here. So we're now going to look at my favorite Kit Kats. I always love seeing what new flavors are coming out from Kit Kat. Their seasonal stuff is really great. I just really enjoy Kit Kats, and so do my students, because they usually, if I bring different unique flavors of Kit Kats, I usually share it with them. So any students that are watching, make sure you speak to me so that you can try one as well, though you'll have to wait till after the March break to try it. So this one is Houjicha Kit Kats. So again, we're going back to Kyoto for this. Known for their excellent green teas. So of course they had to do Houjicha Kit Kat. So Houjicha is a Japanese green tea roasted over charcoal. So has a very beautiful, deep tea flavor. So I love Houjicha as well. Well, I love tea in general, so this just makes me really excited to be able to try this. So that's the packaging for the Houjicha Kit Kats. I'm super stoked. So it very much has like almost a tea look to it. Don't know if I can get the lighting to fix for that, but it's not kind of a solid color. It has almost like a grainy look to it. So kind of like if tea leaves were mixed in cream. Yeah, tastes so good. I just love tea, so it's always going to taste good in my books. A little bit on the sweet side again, but pretty good overall. I think I'll save the other half of that for later. It also could be that I've just been eating a lot of sweet stuff, so my tongue can't handle any more sweet stuff at this point, just because with my diet, I basically cut sugar out of my life, so it's been a while since I've had this much sugar in such a short period of time. And last but not least, we have this, so that says DokiDoki Fishing DIY Kit. We're making a stop in Shizuoka, so this fishing DIY kit is perfect. Shizuoka is known as a go-to fishing place, so we had to include a fishing snack for you. Make your own grape-flavored fish candies. Yum! So they've got instructions here, and it also shows in the book how to do it, so I'll show that to you again. This is that DokiDoki fishing instructions. So it says, put your fish mold line through the fish tray mold tray. So I have to open this all up first so that I can follow the instructions. Okay, so here's the fishing line, it looks like, and a measuring spoon. It's a good thing that I brought a glass of water. Alright, so there's my fishing line, but it has no fish on it yet. So I'm going to follow the picture here. And it shows, so here's the tray as well. Let's see if I can show you a bit better. Causing a bit of flash there, but it'll probably look better once I've shown the fish, so, or put everything together with the fish. The picture makes it look so easy, but the line, the string is basically kind of already folded from being in the packaging, so it doesn't really want to stay in the mold. So we'll see how this works out. I will fix that later. Okay, then add the powder to the fish molds. So the powder is, I guess, still in the, oh, there it is. Okay, so this is the powder. And I'm just going to cut it so that I don't end up causing the powder to explode everywhere. So it looks like you use the same side of the scoop. There's kind of this big side here, and then there's a tiny side, but I'm guessing we're not using the tiny side for anything at this point. Okay, so once the powder is in, it's a little easier to keep the string in place. This is definitely an activity that requires some coordination and some patience. I'm trying to keep the string in place. That's one fish. And I'll show it to you before I add the, well, I'll try to show it. It's kind of hard to get a good angle for it. It's so hard to pour this powder in and keep the string covered by the powder too. I feel like I'm a very uncoordinated candy maker at this point. Pour a little more powder in there. What I might do is see if I can't take some pictures of these afterwards and add them at the end of the video. Okay there, string, you have to stay in place for me. Hopefully that once I add the water, the string will just stick to the candy as it's being made. I am definitely not a good, or not very coordinated in keeping the powder in the mold though. Also, I don't know how there's supposed to be enough powder for all these fish. might have to steal some of the powder for some of the other ones, because I'm almost done and I barely have enough powder for like the third fish. So I'm going to just pour it like this and make it work. Might be able to do it. Hold on. Oh, well, you know, there is enough. Barely. Hopefully, this all works out. Alright, so that's all of the powder basically in there. The string is kind of buried, but not very well. Not very well at all, so I'm just really hoping that as the candy forms, it will stick to the string. Okay, add milk, add water using the small scoop. Oh, what do you know, we are using the smaller side. Also, each fish here seems to be labeled. So we have one that's a fish called Tai, another one that is called Ika, another one that is Fugu, so that would be puffer fish, and then another one that is Karei. And I guess we'll find out once I've made the fish what they end up looking like. Add water. I'm just going to look at the packaging to make sure that there isn't a step being mixed there. Nope, you just pour the water right on top. Okay. Oh wow, it's changing colors. Okay, so it's turning pink. I don't know if I can show it. Nope, I'm not going to do that because I just made all the strings come out. So now I have to fix all that. Okay, that was a mistake on my part. Okay. But I can see how the string is going to stick regardless of how poorly I covered it. And I can probably push it in a bit to make it stick in the candy. There we go. I hope. Otherwise, this is a sign that I was never meant to be a candy maker or a fisherman. Okay, almost there, halfway there. Really doesn't take much water to fill these molds. The trickiest part is still trying to get the string to stay in the candy. Okay, so the water's in there, and then I'm supposed to wait for 5 minutes while I guess the candy solidifies. So I'm just going to set a timer. I'm going to grab my phone here so that I can take a picture of these candy fish as they're, so that hopefully I can add that in the final edit. So 1 second. Be knocking over the mic like so. Okay, so I'm gonna set a timer here for 5 minutes like so, and while we're waiting for the candy to be made, I'm gonna share that information that was in the back of this book here. Okay, so discover Japan. So it says, what's the best way to travel across Japan? You must have read about the Japanese Shinkansen, or bullet train. It's the fastest way to travel across Japan, sometimes even faster than flying. When you think of how long it takes to go all the way to the airport, go through security, wait for your plane, etc., then you'll find that taking the train can actually be quite a bit faster depending on the location, of course. Many travelers choose to plan a cross-country trip using the Shinkansen so they can reduce their travel time. Watch out, though, because a Shinkansen ticket is not cheap. For example, a ticket from Tokyo to Kyoto will be upwards of $120. This can add up quickly, especially if you want to add multiple cities as stops on your cross-country tour. That's where the Japan Rail Pass comes in handy. The JR Pass is a pass of varying durations that lets you ride multiple lines without having to buy a new ticket each time. It also lets you ride those lines as many times as you want before your pass expires. This includes the Shinkansen. Just make sure you are planning multiple trips with the pass to make it worth it, because it comes with a hefty price tag. The prices vary from $275 for a 7-day pass to $560 for a 21-day pass. This pass certainly comes in handy when planning a big trip from around Japan. So generally the JR Pass is meant for foreign travelers, more so than for local Japanese people. It is definitely handy to have. It's definitely something that you can use for regular transit as well as for when you're doing distance travel as well. So a few words that they have here for Japanese words that you can learn for while you're traveling. So the first one is ryoko, which is travel. Yasumi is holiday or break. Densha is train. Of course, we talked about this one. Shinkansen, which is the bullet train. Hikoki, which is airplane. Kuko, which is airport. Eki, which is a train station. And kippu, which is ticket. So those are all very handy words to know when you're traveling, especially when you're taking the Shinkansen. Even just going from one train station to another is good to know those words as well. But mind you, when you travel in Japan, a lot of places do have English words as well. So the Shinkansen will have Japanese as well as English. Most train and subway stations, same thing. There will be English written there for the different names of the different stations. So it is very traveler friendly in terms of just being able to communicate, especially if you speak only English. They are getting to be more multi-language, and I found that while traveling, even at restaurants, you can ask, a lot of restaurants you can ask for English menus as well, which is very handy for those of us who don't want to use Google Translate all the time for reading everything. Japanese people do also have a bit of knowledge of English. It is something that they are required to study in school. So they might be able to understand you a little bit if you're trying to communicate with them. And I found that even though the last time I was there I didn't really know a lot of Japanese, it was still pretty easy to communicate overall. For example, when shopping, they'll turn the register and show you how much money you owe for your purchase. When you pay with or pay for anything, usually you don't hand the money directly to the cashier. You actually put it on a tray and pass it to them, and then they will pick up the cash, and then they will put the change back on the tray and slide it back to you. So just something to know that should you happen to be traveling to Japan someday. I know a lot of people are hesitant right now to do any traveling just because of everything that's been going on, but it's for future reference, and hopefully the Olympics will still be on. So if you're happening to go for the Olympic Games, then that's a good thing to know in terms of just etiquette when shopping. Same goes with at restaurants too. Making sure to put the cash down on the tray and pass it to them. Also, no tipping when you're at the restaurant. They actually consider tipping rude. So don't try to leave any sort of cash or tip. They will probably follow you out of the restaurant to give you back your money. So that's my timer up, and I'm gonna say right now that I think I put too much water in, and don't think I did a very good job with my candies. So we will see. I'm just draining off the excess candy, and I can guarantee you I did not do well with this, because my candies, I think for one thing I put too much water in, for another thing the string didn't get buried deep enough into the sugar, so as I'm pulling the strings are just coming out. So that's my bad. It has nothing to do with the layout. So the fish look like this. And I'm going to try and pop one of the candies out to try and eat it, so we will see, because I'm so scared it's just going to fall apart or not come out at all. It's a lot harder than I thought to get this out. Oh, there we go. Oh no, I broke part of the fish. Okay, there we go. Actually, not too bad. So this one is the fish that's called tai. And I'm trying to get a close-up shot of there, but I don't think my camera's going to focus. But I'm going to try this fish and see how it tastes. I have a feeling it's going to be like overly sugary, so we'll find out. Yeah, it's very sugary. Super sugary. Maybe when I was a kid I would enjoy that more. That is basically just eating pure sugar. It's like, yeah, it's a grape flavor. It very much is like just grape flavored sugar. So it's very, very sweet. But overall, I really enjoyed this box. I kind of wish they had done a better job of putting the string in the build your own kind of fishing kit. That's my own fault. But I definitely am going to be on a sugar rush now from all the sweet stuff that I ate. So hopefully next week I'm going to try every Friday to open another box and hopefully catch up. And really hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!